to say it's a penalty kick. Very surprised. But I'm sure the lads in the studio will certainly be remarking about that one towards half-time. As you're right to say, John, it's a two-legged affair, and if Almeria can get themselves a goal back, which there was certainly an opportunity there, the game would still be on. But I just felt sorry that they set their stall out. They're a decent counter-attack inside, but two poor errors by the goalkeeper.
And just a minute apart as well, those two dreadful moments for Esteban. But there was a little sign there, wasn't there? The Barcelona can be caught out. And here they go again. It's Goitom. It's into the side netting.
Well, there's another chance for Goitom. You have to say, once again, Kruzat does really well, playing it into the path. You see that Piqué's just caught himself slightly out of position. He tries to head it, and Abidal just comes along, just puts the big striker off. But another opportunity, and that's one thing that is really disappointing with Goitom this year. Doesn't hit the target enough.
Mascherano forward, Mascherano. Barney quickly in, good touch by Barney, didn't find a teammate. Vargas has won it back, and here's Kruzat. Kruzat skips away from Adriano. Aimed towards Goitom again. It's had an indifferent start to the game. Abidal has been lucky. Now Pedro, and Iniesta. When Barcelona are allowed to counter-attack, it so often spells trouble. Here's Messi. Messi with a shooting chance. It's in again. Quarter of an hour played. It's 3-0. Two of them from Messi. This could be a cricket score.
Well, you can see how quickly the play develops from one side to another. There was Kruzat laying a decent ball in towards the 6-yard box. Thought initially that it might have bounced off Abidal's arm, but as the ball comes out, a quick counter-attack. I'd like to have counted the seconds between that cross from Kruzat to Messi's goal, but once again you can see Iniesta has time to go and place any sort of pass, left or right. As it was, he takes out Lionel Messi. Once again you have to say that Carlos Garcia doesn't get himself close enough, and there he is, hits it with his favoured foot past Esteban. This time you can't blame the goalkeeper. Barcelona 3-0 up, but I'll tell you what, how quick was that goal from Kruzat's cross.
They're attacking again, and there is Kruzat, blocked by Maxwell. Well, they've determined that they will come here and try and trade blows with Barcelona, it would say. Unfortunately, it's a featherweight fighting a heavyweight. They almost landed a blow. You know, that is Barcelona's 100th goal of the season, and they are in match 35. Incredible. 35 of those goals scored by the great man, Lionel Messi.
Well, there are too many superlatives to describe this Barcelona squad. The only stats originally that were in favour of Almeria was that they had scored more goals than Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, which has now been level at 17 each. And Almeria have won all 3 of their away games, whilst Barcelona haven't. And that's where the stats end. We know that before the game, John, they were 18-1 to win tonight, Almeria, and 9-1 to get a draw. I don't think I'll be chancing a pound on that anymore.
Well, Barcelona were 20-1 on, weren't they? I told you to put some money on that. You'd have got a pound for your £20, wouldn't you?
So you'd have had to put quite a few thousands of pounds to recoup anything from that.
Almeria have never been this far in the Copa del Rey before. Not sure they'll be going any further. Here's Pedro. Only their 4th season playing as a top-flight club, Almeria. Been various Almerias before, but this one was formed in 2001. They've had pretty good success, mainly under Unai Emery, and they've rapidly changed coaches since then. also as their second of the season. The last one was sacked after the other game against Barcelona, the 0-8. So now in 108 minutes of football against Barcelona, they've conceded 11 goals. Villa. Again. Goes over. There's no foul by Villa.
Oh, just look at the back four for Almeria. As you see there, Villa contesting there with Macedo. But look at the back four, and they don't seem to be in sync with each other. And a lot of the time, Carlos Garcia is being drawn out too many times to go and pick up Lionel Messi. Creates massive holes in that central area.
Messi picked it up in a lot of room there, didn't he? And here's Pedro. Pedro's overhead is wide.
Well, once again, he's shown great initiative. Tried the overhead kick, but once again, you have to say that they've got all the tricks in the bag. You wouldn't have been surprised to see that nestle in the back of the net. It's certainly a delight to watch Barcelona. Must be awful to play against. But as you're saying, John.
It's a short back pass, Piatti, denied by Pinto. Well, they seem determined to give Almeria a little bit of hope, don't they?
Well, they certainly do. And you have to say that that'll certainly be an area for Pep Guardiola to be saying to his players, look, don't get complacent. They have decent players, especially the two wide players in Cruz and Piatti. And I'm sure at some stage this evening we'll see Aloha making way onto the pitch. But Barcelona just have so much time and space.
There's Corona, the creative of the central midfield players. Little Almeria. Mistake by Cruzat. Oh, and a rash challenge by Cruzat. He's giving his notebook in his pocket, I think, here. Mateo Bajos.
Just a little bit of frustration from Cruzat. Saw originally that he tried to play a through ball. Was certainly cut out. As you see this, Piqué just being a little bit complacent. Laying it a little bit too short for Pinto, but he does well as Piatti is bearing down on him. But that'll give the Almeria front three a little bit of hope with those sort of balls to go and chase.
Ronald Koeman, friend of ours on Sky Sports. Of course, we had him with us for the Clásico. Barcelona, fine player of the wonderful team of the 90s.
He was no good at taking free kicks though, John, was he?
Scored in the Champions League final, didn't he? But I think that team has been eclipsed by this one, as good as they were. I don't know if eclipsed is a fair description, but I think this one is better.
I do as well. I've not seen a better side, I think, during my career. It's what I've seen this season. And obviously the demolition is the only way you can describe it against Real Madrid. It was just unbelievable.
Well,
could they meet on 2 or 3 more occasions during the course of the season?
Certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Real Madrid a goal up from the away leg against Sevilla earlier. Barcelona sitting pretty comfortable here. And of course, well, who knows what will happen with the Champions League. Here's Iniesta.
So Barcelona got Arsenal coming up in the Champions League, and I think that'll be a decent game, because Arsenal on their day will give anyone a game.
There's Maxwell. Give them more of a game than Almeria are. Piatti with a clip.
Yeah, just trying a little subtle trip. Just be interesting to see as well what happens with Piatti towards the end of the season. Whether or not he stays with Almeria. We know that he come for just over €7 million from Estudiantes, and I'm sure there will be 2 or 3 clubs looking at that player. You know that Villarreal are interested, Espanyol are interested. There could be 1 or 2 more.
Messi driving for the heart of the defence again, and he wins the ball back himself. Strong play by Vargas. Macedo tries to pick out Piatti. Enough pace to trouble the Barcelona defence. Barcelona, the 25 times winners of the Copa del Rey. No club has won it more. Won it, of course, in the treble season 2 years ago. Other than that, been quite a barren spell for a few years. Determined to win it this year. Strong lineup. Input a relatively strong lineup for the second leg against Betis when there were 5 goals up from the first game. Xavi to Villa. Got Maxwell in support, David Villa, not just go alone, we'll come back to Xavi. And it was blocked and should be offside against David Villa. As he slots it in, and it doesn't count.
Yeah, but you see how sharp David Villa is. He knows that he's offside, but he still does what all good goal scorers should do, is just put it into the back of the net and ask questions later. But once again, he saw with David Villa, causing Michel Macedo so much aggravation down that left-hand side, and Macedo's right. And Macedo's not sure whether or not he's going to go right or if he's going to go left. And that's how good David Villa is. He gets the defenders off balance so many times.
Iniesta. Xavi again, swarming around in the blue shirts for Almeria. Getting the ball away from him is another matter. Support coming from Mascherano. It'll be a collector's item.
Sort of maybe he doesn't really score a lot of goals, but you can see there when Iniesta's got that ball in the central area that he's not looking to try and play the ball wide. They're looking to try and go through the heart of the defence all the time. Little flicks, a little bit of movement, a little bit of support.
Goitom, Piatti's onside here. Good pace there by Maxwell. Bit of Brazil, Argentina clash. Balls in the Barcelona goal. I don't think that will happen too often.
Certainly won't, but what you said about the starting lineup for Barca tonight, you just have to look at who's on the subs bench as well.
Here's Pedro. Pedro goes for the far corner. A little bit juggling by Esteban. Ultra does have his heart in his mouth at the moment when it goes near his goalkeeper.
As soon as Pedro had that shot and he just patted that ball down, I was thinking, oh no, not again. Fortunately, he was very lucky. You see that Iniesta playing that ball out to Pedro, comes in on his left-hand side, just pats that ball down. But there was Lionel Messi just lurking, just in case the goalkeeper made another mistake.
Answer your question, by the way. Victor Valdez on the bench, Milito, young defender Martin Montoya, Sergio Busquets, Sergio Keita, Bojan, who has been ill this week actually, but he's on the bench, and Ibrahim Afellay. Interesting about Afellay, he's a Dutch international, PSV to Barcelona. And he went for €3 million. He's out of contract. He was due to be out of contract with PSV in the summer. That one entered the Charlie Adam debate, but €3 million for him, Afellay, it's quite cheap.
Well, for me, it sets a bit of a precedent when you look at players of Affellay's ability. Going for €3 million, as you see that Lionel Messi is certainly not happy with an off-the-ball incident. See there with Carlos Garcia, just getting himself very tight, just wrapped his arm around the neck of